Greetings, everyone. This is Gary Witherspoon, Deputy Project Director for the M.MTA Purple Line. On behalf of Governor Larry Hogan, Transportation Secretary Greg Slater, and M.MTA Administrator Kevin Quinn, welcome to the 6th Community Advisory Team meeting for the Greater Lyttonsville Woodside communities. Today, you'll be hearing from Carla Julian, PLTC Senior Manager for Public Affairs and Community Outreach, and Mark Edsel, the PLTC Area 1 Project Engineer. Today, you'll hear about the Purple Line Project Update, Construction Progress Overview, including work completed, progress photos, and a 6-month look ahead. You'll hear about maintenance of traffic and pedestrian safety, construction work hours, and details on how to submit a question. You'll be happy to know that construction is about 28% complete. M.MTA's goal is to open the Purple Line in 2 phases. The Phase 1 by December of 2022 and Phase 2 by the middle of 2023. The state considers commercial and residential construction companies as essential to still operate during Maryland's state of emergency. As the Purple Line falls into this category, work will continue to move forward with additional safety measures in place to keep our staff and our neighbors safe. The first light rail vehicle is 60% through testing in Elmira, New York. It'll head to the Glen Ridge Operations and Maintenance Facility in Prince George's County for local testing later this year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carla Julian, and I am with Purple Line Transit Constructors, managing our community outreach and public affairs. Thanks for joining the Greater Lyttonsville and Woodside CAP presentation. Today, we're going to take a look at the Lyttonsville station and the 16th Street Woodside station. Here you will see the Lyttonsville station rendering. This station is going to be a center platform that will be accessed from the Lyttonsville Place Bridge. The bridge will have a commuter drop-off lanes in either direction. An elevator on the bridge will connect to the platform, and there is a ramp from the bridge to the Capitol Crescent Trail and the station. The Capitol Crescent Trail will have access to the platform via crossings provided at either end of the platform. Here you see pictured a typical Purple Line station with a side platform. This is what the 16th Street Woodside station will look like. The station will have tracks that run in the middle with a platform with a shelter on either side. This station will be located in an area that will be utilized for future development.
Hi, my name is Mark Edsel. I'm the project engineer for Area 1. We've come a long way over the past 6 months. The mild winter allowed us to progress a lot of the work in many of the areas. At Rock Creek, we completed the mass excavation on the west side. We are continuing with the excavation on the east side, and that should continue through the summer. We also installed a temporary bridge from the east trail side over to the west bank, which will allow us to work on the slope stabilization on the west side. We continued the construction of the LRV abutments and completed both of those. We have been installing some storm drainage in that area, and in mid to late April, we set the tub girders, which are shown in this picture right here, that'll span Rock Creek for the new train. What you see there is a 600-ton crane in the foreground, and in the background is a 500-ton crane that was used also. But this aerial photo here is of Rock Creek. What you see there is our 300-ton crane that was used to service the abutments during construction and also help with the setting of the temporary bridge going over to the west side there. Here at Lyttonsville Place, we completed the water main relocation along Brookville Road. And as of this date, we actually completed this sanitary sewer relocation that goes under the Lyttonsville Place Bridge. We are also continuing with the storm drain work in this area and have various stages of retaining wall construction going on. At Stewart Avenue, we completed one section of the drainage in this area, and we've also completed the overhead utility relocation. So over the past 6 months at Rosemary Hills, as you know, we completed the installation of the piles for the abutments and the center pier. We also been working on the retaining walls behind Rosemary and the excavation for the main retaining wall that goes behind there. 16th Street from over to Spring Street, we continue with the clearing on the north side and the south side of the CSX tracks. We began the storm drain installation along 4th Avenue and the drainage relocation along the south side where the old Silver Spring shopping center was there along 16th Street. All right, looking ahead over the next 6 months through October, we'll be completing the CCT abutment construction. We'll be working on the storm drain on the west side and the east side of Rock Creek. We'll be installing the slope protection on both sides as well and completing the in-stream work there to remove those temporary culverts and the temporary bridge. All right, this is a schematic of the CCT trail. The new truss, as you can see, it's lower than the tub girders that we just recently set. This truss should be installed in mid to late December of 2020. Moving on to Lyttonsville Place, we will continue with the storm drain work, continue also with the installation of the various retaining walls through this area. We'll begin pile driving for the Lyttonsville station, at which time prior to doing that, we will obviously notify the public when we do that. We'll also begin the foundation work for the OMF building, and that runs along Brookville Road. We expect to begin the WSSC tower relocation, and in late summer, we should be milling and repaving Brookville Road to Stewart Avenue. At Stewart Avenue, we will complete all the drainage work that we can install right now, and we will begin various cast in place retaining walls and some other types of retaining walls as well. At Talbot Avenue, we will, with the gas main relocated, we can now relocate the water and the sewer. That should go on for the next probably 2 months. We'll begin the installation of the retaining walls for the new Talbot Avenue alignment. We'll be driving sheet piles from Talbot Avenue through the 16th Street area for the crash wall. All right, we'll be completing the substructure work for Talbot Avenue Bridge and installing the girders in sometime from mid-June to early July. We expect to be setting those girders. We expect to complete construction of the Talbot Avenue Bridge in September, October timeframe. From the 16th Street corridor to Spring Street, we'll be continuing on with the sheet pile installation and beginning the crash wall construction. If you remember, the crash wall is the wall that will be between our tracks and the CSX tracks. We'll also be doing the mass excavation for retaining walls and beginning the various retaining walls through this area. We also begin the water main relocation at Bradford Place. That's at 8600 16th Street. We'll be installing the storm drainage along the south side of the CSX tracks, including a 72-inch jack and bore that will go under both CSX and the WMATA rails. We'll also be installing a sewer jack and bore. That's a 10-inch sewer line that'll be running under the tracks as well. At Spring Street, the demo and the reconstruction of the Spring Street Bridge we have actually moved that, delayed that a little bit. That will now start in late fall. The foundation work will begin being probably early winter of 2020. All right, this graphic here is going to be the Spring Street detour. As we get closer to installing this detour, we'll provide more information on it, but this is the same detour that we talked about in the spring CATS meeting.
As always, we like to remind you to be safe as you are maneuvering through the construction work zones. We're going to have existing traffic patterns in place that are going to change the work zones on both sides of the road. You have to have a lane closure. Will be distributed via text and email. And if you're signed up for our notifications through Purple Line MD, you should be receiving those. You're going to see orange cones and barrels. types of temporary barricades. So just make sure when you're driving that you're not texting and you're staying very alert to move safely through those work zones. Definitely want to remind you guys about pedestrian safety and that our work zones will be clearly marked and the public should not enter those under any circumstance. And detours will be clearly signed, so we ask that you follow those in order to stay safe in our work zones. When closures occur, access will be provided. Pedestrian crossings will be maintained, and pedestrians should always obey construction signage and keep out of the work zones. Reminder that our typical construction hours are listed here: day shift, night shift. You guys should receive those if you are signed up through the notification system on purplelinemd.com. And here you can see a list of the major notifications that will be provided through that system. We are able to work 24/7 through our contract as long as we are notifying the public. And finally, we do want you to stay up to date on progress, and this is how to reach our team. You can, if you have a construction-related question, you can email us at outreach@pltcllc.com. We do have a 24/7 hotline at 240-424-5325. You must leave a voicemail on the system, and then it comes directly to numerous team members. So leave a message, and then we'll give you a call right back. And if you have general questions about the project, you can reach MTA through the below reach at Purple Line MD, and then their numbers are listed here as well. So thanks for taking the time to watch our presentation. Please email any questions that you have related to construction in progress to outreach@purplelinemd.com by the date listed below.